Hey, it's January the 28th, 2018. And y'all, of course, I just made a video that's going to be very controversial. Of course, most people are going to disagree with it. I made it anyways, right? But the thing is, upon review of the video, I noticed that, I kind of left something out, all right? Because, like I said, I look forward to discussion and elaboration upon this topic later with people, very cordially, with a lot of manners and respect. I look forward to that kind of conversation. But I did want to nip something in the bud because I noticed that I didn't really bring up certain things, right? That people usually jump all over. Lots of people love to jump to the Bible just to disprove the Bible. They'll run to quotes and stuff. So I know that most folks who disagree with me, they're going to run to certain verses to include like love thy neighbor. All right, that's a big one. That's probably the first one they'll run to. And they'll say, look, it says love thy neighbor. You know what I'm saying? You say only a man can love the wife and the children. And so therefore you're wrong or whatever. And they're going to run to that. But here's the thing. Like I said, I got to nip it in the bud. Because what I want to tell you is obviously the Bible's written in different languages, like I said. All right? In certain languages, the word that you're thinking about, love, it don't even exist. There's a different word there in that Bible, right? Because of the translation, they wouldn't be able to understand it. So the love, when it's speaking of love thy neighbor and things of this nature, that's actually in a worldly sense what I want to. And the thing is, I'm not making this up. You can read all sort of evidence in this in that book. It's not the same love. All right, it's more of a love in a worldly sense when you're considering love thy neighbor. All right, what I want to explain and what's explained in the Bible is that basically to love thy neighbor is to not hate them. If you don't hate them, basically by default you're loving them. You're really loving them because you can't be there for them at every moment in the day and everything, but you don't, at least you don't hate them. All right, hating them would be the problem. A lot of people have hate in their hearts and anger in their hearts. Hate and anger are like peas and carrots. The thing is, anger is going to blind you to reality. It'll blind me to reality. It blinds everybody. Right? Anger is not good for you. That's why that line comes into play, love thy neighbor, because it's basically saying don't be angry at your neighbor. Don't hate your neighbor. All right, but you can go so far as to say that that's what you should do, biblically speaking, to every human being, is to just not hate them. Just don't hate them. And by not hating any individual, be they a stranger or acquaintance or whatever, by not hating them, by default, in a worldly sense, you're loving them. That's the whole point. But what I wanted to express, what I've expressed before, and it just comes from the Bible, thing is, I happen to agree with it, is you can't hate a person, be it a neighbor, stranger, acquaintance, whatever. You cannot hate a person and forgive them at the same time. It's not going to ever happen. Once you forgive them, you relinquish your hate for that person. This is why it's so powerful to forgive people. It enables you to not hate them. You might say there's ugly, disgusting people out there doing ugly, disgusting things. I agree. They all deserve justice, whatever that be. All right? And I'm very into justice. However, I don't hate any of these people, like I said. And I'll say it again, I'll say it 1,000 times. I don't hate pedophiles. All right? There's no amount of hate in my heart for pedophiles. I know a lot of people hate pedophiles. I know a lot of people are angry at pedophiles. I'm not. Not at all. I'd rather put them in the ground, help them out, put them in the ground, and just leave them there. All right? But that's justice in my eyes. All right? I'm sorry about that. I want to do that legally and lawfully. I want a jury to say, hey, put this guy in the ground, and that'll help him out. That'll help him out with his problem. But let's not hate this person. Let's not be angry at this person, because we'll blind ourselves to reality. All right. I do want to point that out. There is power in forgiveness and stuff like that. It's not going to serve you to hate anybody. It's pretty much going to put anger goggles on your eyeballs and blind you to reality and stuff. And that's just my opinion, but I've seen plenty of evidence on that. And that's to include myself. If I'm going to be angry, I'm not angry at anybody at all on the internet or anywhere else. I'm not. Don't hate you at all. You want to talk about stuff? Let's talk about stuff. I respect you. All right, you're a human being. You're a special individual and stuff. You deserve time and attention and stuff. I'll take in your dialogue and stuff. I like it. I really, really do like it. So come and bring it to me and stuff. I don't hate you, and therefore, in a worldly sense, I love you. But at the same time, real, actual, godly love comes from one place, and that's my opinion. You want to holler at me about it? You want to holler at me about it? It's January the 28th. 2018, and I'll holler at some of y'all later. We're balls deep up in the tribulation and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?